This video is about OCLC. It is one of my favorite things for a lot of reasons. In fact, I like it so much that I now chair the Music OCLC Users Group. OCLC sometimes has the best swag at ALA conventions, too. OCLC is actually a company that runs a suite of systems that make life a lot easier for libraries and keeps libraries around the world connected. It is membership-based because members subscribe for access to the systems, but also contribute content and participate in development. For example, IU subscribes to use the cataloging utility and the interlibrary loan utility. We also add bibliographic records to that cataloging utility and make our resources available to other libraries through interlibrary loan. As mentioned in the last slide, OCLC was established in 1967, originally as the Ohio College Library Center. OCLC intended to make it possible for academic libraries in Ohio to share resources and efforts between them to save money. In fact, the first bibliographic record ever contributed to OCLC's systems was created at my alma mater, Ohio University. By 1981, they had expanded to include libraries around the United States, and therefore switched from Ohio to online in their name. And now they just go by the acronym OCLC. In conversation, you will hear folks mention OCLC, but they are rarely referring to the company as a whole. The acronym OCLC is more often used to replace the name of one of their products. But know that each product has its own name, and using OCLC doesn't necessarily mean the same product for everyone. Just know that you may hear someone tell you to check OCLC, and it is best to respond using the name of the product so as not to get into the habit. The most widely known product of OCLC is Worldcat. Worldcat is a global library catalog. It allows people all over the world to know what resources exist throughout the world and see what libraries have what resources. When you put in an interlibrary loan request, you often see a space to include something called the OCLC number. This is a unique identifier for a resource as it is listed in Worldcat and allows interlibrary loan staff to more easily determine where around the world they can find the resource to borrow it for you. Worldcat currently lists over 500 million resources around the world in many languages and every format. Those bibliographic records represent over 3 billion resources that library users can access. Worldcat grew by over 7% in the last year-long comparison, and someone adds a new bibliographic record to the Worldcat database every second of every day from somewhere in the world. Following that link will allow you to watch the database grow live. You can see what kinds of records are added or connected and where they come from. And here that is. We can watch this number grow as it grows live in real time. And when a new record is added, we'll see it pop up underneath the number. And here is Worldcat itself, pictured with the Music OCLC Users Group Executive Board. The servers behind us hold and run the Worldcat database. This is where you will hear the acronym OCLC used in place of the product in cataloging conversations. The relational database is Worldcat. The general public can access the database with worldcat.org, and some subscribers also utilize Worldcat Discovery or First Search to access the database. But catalogers use Connection to access the database from a different perspective and input bibliographic data to Worldcat. Connection has two interfaces. One is a client-based interface called Connection Client, with the utility client installed directly on your computer. The other is a web-based interface called Connection Cat Express, providing access to the utility via the web. The Connection client looks like this, Like any piece of software, it has menus and buttons near the top. And the same view, but in Connection CAT Express. In class, we will use Connection CAT Express. In the General Information Canvas module, you can find the access information you need for OCLC Connection CAT Express. Note that when you log in, you will see the little pop-up in the bottom right corner. It needs to stay open while you use the system, but will usually be out of view as you work in the database.